Yo, what is going on, guys? Trizzy here. So I'm going to bring you guys a short little Talon guide for patch 12.12 and up. Now, usually, as you guys have seen on my past gameplays that I've been uploading on my channel, I always go Hail Blades first. I get refillable. And then usually, depending on which side I start, normally when I'm on blue side, I like to start red just so I can get my bot lanes to leash me. So what I'll do is I'll go over here. I'll wait until it hits 50 seconds, and this ward here is so important because it just shows you who's going to be invading you. And theoretically, your top laner should be standing around here. So it covers two of the entrances. After that, you start recalling. You then sell your stealth ward and you instead pick up Oracle Lens. Then you go start your red buff, okay? Now I'm going to just try and skip the game a little bit. Here we go. Now, if you're leashing by yourself, always start Raptors, okay? So, like, in an event where, like, let's say your teammates invade and they ain't got time to, like, help you with the leash, just start Raptors. You can start at level 1. It's really easy. And then what you need to do is after you take Raptors, you go take red, and then you should take Golems, okay? Now, there are certain instances where you can just do a full clear. I like to do full clears when I know I'm not going to get invaded. But if you know that things are not going well, or you feel like you're playing against the counter, like Lee Sin, maybe like a Rengar or early game Shake or something like that. Just take the 3 camps on this side of the map and then just start recalling. Obviously, I took a bit more damage because I was just explaining it. So I'm just going to try and just do this myself. So just keep kiting it. Oh, I missed my W there. Actually, no, I didn't. Alright, nice. And then as soon as you get a red, you just start the golems here. So you just want to keep kiting it around. As you can see, every time I auto attack, I'm moving, so I don't take as much damage as possible. You can take an attack speed rune, but it's fine in it. After I do this clear for you guys, I'm going to show you guys the rune page and everything I go. So you just want to keep doing this. You're going to recall anyway, so you should be fine. Just smite that just to make things quicker. And then you take all of that, and now you're level 3. Now, usually if you've got on a leash, you'll be like 80% health, and you could potentially gank mid or bot lane with your level 3 power spike right now. But what I like to do is I just recall. Then I get my longsword and I get it controlled all the time. I do this like almost every single game if I do the 3 camp start. After that, you go to your wolf camp, you just start taking this. And because you got that longsword now, it just makes things a little bit easier in terms of dealing damage, yeah? So you just want to keep kiting this around, like I said before. Just keep doing that. There you go. Auto did this. Melee Q that. Start your blue here. Auto Q auto. W. Auto. Auto attack again. It's very simple, guys. Just keep kiting around. Do not stand still, guys. Do not stand still, okay? And then while you're doing blue buff, you want to hit your Spire Bloom just so you can just see if they're doing Scuttle, because Talon's clear speed is very slow now. If you guys don't know, basically when Talon Jungle used to be meta, he used to have 30% extra damage with his W, but that's no longer the case now. He's only got like an extra 5% on the W, because when they did that buff, it was obviously 100%, right? And then as soon as they buffed it to 30, you dealt 130% damage, but then they nerfed it by like, no, it was 135, then they nerfed it by 30, so now it's only dealing 105%. So just keep that in mind. Now, once you get to this point in the game, this is where you're going to be looking at top, mid, and bot. But as you're clearing, always click your F keys, guys. I cannot stress this enough. I have a gameplay commentary coming out really soon, straight after this video comes out, where you see me play against the Lee Sin, like one of the biggest counters against Talon Jungle. And the way I'm able to kind of maneuver around the map and just be able to, keep myself really healthy and safe is really important, okay? So once you're done with this, like I said before, you just go for any lane ganks. Sometimes you could just recall. You could probably get Serrated Deck with your futures market. Then just go Raptors, Golems, gank bot. You could even potentially try and invade if you've got priority. But I don't really do that because Town Jungle, if you die early game, it's Raps, okay? Now, let me quickly explain the rune page, guys. So every single game that I play Talon Jungle, you will see me run the first strike setup, okay? The reason being is that Talon Jungle is it's like a role champion where you're just going for kills and you're going for power spike early. That's literally it. You're not tanking for your team. You're not theoretically thinking about objective control and all that kind of stuff. You're just trying to get fed and just carry the game, okay? Think of it as like Evelyn, but your early game is so OP in the sense of like you're very strong, right? Evelyn, you need to get Medjais, you need to get all of this, right? Your mid game, mid to late game, she's very strong because if she charms you, you're just basically dead, right? But with Talon jungle, it's kind of the opposite. You get your serrated Dirk before anyone gets their first item, and you literally have so much power in the jungle and also in lane ganks, okay? So always take first strike. Not only deal 10% extra damage, but you also get the gold from actually, dealing that damage, right? So usually if I get like, let's say I get first spot kill, that's 400 gold. With the first strike, if I do a full combo, that could be potentially between 50 to 100 extra gold, and that will allow me to go maybe in for a double longsword early game, which is insane, right? Then with magical footwear, you save 300 gold. So this 300 gold that you would have spent on tier 1 boots could be spent elsewhere, like getting Corfield's Warhammer, maybe finishing Ghostblade, maybe getting Lucidity, you never know. Futures market is very good when you need to get a power spike early, okay? Now, you don't always want to be in debt 24/7, okay? That's not a good thing to do. But what allows future market, well, what future market allows you to do is essentially get your power spike in a very abnormal time that you wouldn't really normally get in a normal game without futures market, if that makes sense, right? So that's the reason why I take futures market. Plus, on that same row, you're never going to take me and DMAT, and you're never going to take biscuits anyway. So future market is your best bet here anyways. Then Cosmic Insight is very important to take because having the 18 summoner spell haste for your Ignite and Smite is very good, especially if you get the blue Smite early. And then just having the 10 item haste is very good when you get stuff like Ghostblade, okay? Then for your secondary runes, I always take sudden impact. The extra lethality is very important. I have seen some arguments for eyeball collection as of the AD, but in my experience, I feel like the early 7 lethality actually does a lot for you, and a lot of people don't think about that too much, okay? And last but not least, one of the most important runes in this setup in terms of the gold generation is Treasure Hunter. Now, you can swap this out for stuff like Relentless Hunter or even maybe Ingenious Hunter if you got a lot of active items or any items that have like a specific cooldown with it. But if you don't, I always take Treasure Hunter almost every single game. By the time you get 5 stacks, right? That's 5 unique kills. So if you just do the math, 5 times 300, that's about 1.5k plus another 500 gold because Treasure Hunter gives you 550 once you get all 5 stacks anyways. So you're going to have 2,000 gold in theory, because in order for you to get the Treasure Hunter stack, you need to get a kill, right? Or I wouldn't say a kill, you can get an assist from it, but theoretically, if you're thinking about it, you need to get a kill, right? So if you get 5 kills, that's 5 treasure hunter stacks. That's about 2k gold. Especially with all of those kills proccing first strike, you're going to be gaining so much gold early game. It's insane. If you look at, let me say this, guys. I have not had a game where I didn't have over 450 gold per minute. Like, that's how strong this setup is with Talon Jungle, okay? So that's the main rune page. Now, in terms of the build, I do this every single game, okay? Let me just get 20,000, 40,000 gold, or 81,000. So every game, I go Ghostblade first time, okay? The movement speed, the out of combat movement speed, the ability haste, the early 18 lethality, and the 5580 for 3,000 gold is absolutely ridiculous. You never ever want to skip this item, okay? So you always want to get this item. Then you go for your Ionian boots. Obviously, I can't get it because I don't have magical footwear procced. Then, as soon as you're done with that, I always get Dustblade. The reason why people, I don't know why people think Dustblade's a bad item. It's not a bad item. The CDR of this item plus the value of stealth that can't be like gold identified is ridiculous. There's so many plays I've made, yeah, whilst I was climbing with the stealth activation from Dustblade that's actually allowed me to win some of these games. It's crazy, guys. And on top of that, not only does it slow, but every time you get a kill or assist, the item resets and you'll be able to then proc that extra damage again. So with the 20 ability haste, you're going to be spamming W's, you're going to be having your ultimate on a very low cooldown, and you're just going to be a menace around the map. Especially for the fact that your E, like the walls, are reduced by cooldown reduction. So the higher CDR that you have, the lower the walls are going to be in terms of the cooldown, okay? So keep that in mind. Once you got your Dustblade, you then can go either Serpent's Fang if they got shields, always get this if they have a lot of shields, or you can go Sealder's Grudge or Black Cleaver. Black Cleaver is less selfish because the armor penetration benefits your whole team if they're AD, but if you got like a lot of magic dealing champions on your teammates, then just go Sealder's Grudge, okay? So you go Sealder's Grudge. Then after that, I like to go either Edge Knight or Black Cleaver. If you get Black Cleaver after Sea Elders, you're basically dealing true damage at that point, which is nuts, yeah? Then, after that, I like to get Edge Knight to kind of protect myself because the extra health with the Black Cleaver health just makes you super tanky. Look how, like, obviously I'm level 4. But if you see, I got 1500 HP, which is nuts. Then for your last item, it can literally be anything that you need situationally wise. So Guardians Angels are a good pickup. Hydra is basically like the Rabadon's Death Cap for AD players. You can probably go more Marmodis if you need it. But yeah, there's not like a lot of options, especially let's say you don't need Serpent's Fang, then yeah, just get Ravenous Hydra last time because there's nothing really better that you can get from that, right? But yeah, GA's or Ravenous Hydra could be like theoretically your last time. So let's say we get Guardian's Angel. Now, something that I've actually been doing low key in some of my games, I've been getting Elixir of Iron. The extra 300 health, 25% tenacity is actually kind of nuts. And a lot of people don't really deep how good utility wise that pot is because you already have so much damage. Like, you don't need more damage than what you have already, unless you just like seeing the numbers. But for me, I like to care about just surviving in fights. So having the extra 300 health is absolutely ridiculous. For 500 gold, you get 300 health. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Okay. Now, just to wrap up the video, I just want to quickly explain the pros and cons for Talon Jungle. So for pros, honestly, I feel like Talon's still viable in the jungle, even with the W nerf that they did like a lot patches ago. So you can still roam around the map with your E. You got a lot of damage for power spikes. You can roam. It's so much easier as well because you're not laning. So you know when you lane as Talon mid, you can kind of get like beat in early game just because your melee versus range, and on top of that, your W doesn't even one shot the creeps anyways unless you have minion DMAT. So for me, this is the reason why I play Talon Jungle. However, there are a couple cons with Talon Jungle. First being the clear speed is not the best. Second is you can't really utilize objective controls unless your teammates is very far ahead or if you're 10 minutes into the game. So if you're playing against someone like I don't know, Lee Sin, Warwick or something like that, just know that you cannot contest Dragon 1v1, okay? So just keep that in mind. Also, another con is that sometimes it is a selfish way of playing the game, especially playing Talon Jungle. So, if you're going to play Talon Jungle, you need to know how to kind of solo carry. If you don't know how to solo carry, I'm not going to lie to you guys, you're going to have a tough time. So just kind of understand what you're doing in the game. Always actively think about what you should be doing. Don't just AFK and like autopilot your games because you're not going to win like that. Trust me, playing a champ like Talon, like it requires you to think about who you need to kill, what lanes you need to gank, who you're gonna snowball. You're not just playing Zac jungle where you just have to be a meat shield for your team kind of thing, okay? But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it with the Talon guide. I do have a specific Talon guide that I'm going to be releasing later this week, hopefully, with the combos, because I know certain Talon players are starting to play him. So I'll definitely make a dedicated video for Talon combos because some of them are a bit difficult, I would say, but not all of them, so you should be fine. But I'm hoping you guys enjoyed the video. If you got any sorts of questions with Talon Jungle, let me know in the comment section below. But with that being said, my name is Trizzy. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, have a wonderful day, all night everyone, and I'm out. Peace. Yo guys, so if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to follow my Instagram at Trizzy. And with that being said, have a wonderful day, night everyone, and I'm out. Peace.